We are in Vienna after the Grand Prix weekend.
It's so beautiful here, it's amazing.
Give us one word to describe the Austrian Grand Prix weekend.
Epic. We met the nicest people. That's not one word.
Not one word.
Friendly.
Electric. So we spent the first day in Graz, which is where we stayed for the weekend. It's about an hour from the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, and Graz is the official host city for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's where Helmut Marko is from. There is a ton of racing history and pride here. We met with Graz city government official Max Mazel, who told us all about the history of racing in Austria, the educational focus and racing teams they have there, and just gave us incredible recommendations for the weekend. We stayed in the Outgarten Hotel, which is owned by Helmut Marko. We even caught some special chocolates and a Red Bull signed by him, as you can see. And we just spent the day wandering the city through the squares decorated for the race and had an incredible outdoor dinner to get ready for the weekend.
This is like, yeah, it's like so... Ready? Oh, Sarah, there you are.
Yeah.
Left side. If you zoom in towards the right, it's gonna be behind us.
Okay, so when we got there, it was a little bit of mayhem. They have like lots of parking and lots of different areas outside near the campsites. So we were kind of far by the campsites, but luckily we got the cute little tram like you see and took a nice little tram ride up to the track. The track energy was insane. There was so many Max fans, as you can see, lots of really nice grandstands, whole areas dedicated just to Max supporters, which was crazy. The track was so beautiful, lots of trees, the mist, and then there was also like really fun areas where we could hang out between the events.
We're walking to the paddock.
So excited. Can't wait. Can't wait. And Lando's doing amazing.
Lando's killing it.
P3 for the sprint later. So excited.
And P4 for the race. Okay, this was incredible. We were invited by McLaren to get a tour of their hospitality and their garage, which was absolutely incredible. Just big thank you to Saskia, Sophie, Lucinda for helping make that happen. We got to see the engineering meeting with Lando and Oscar sort of peer in from the side, which was so cool, looking at the screens with all the data, and they were sitting between their race and performance engineers. They were looking at weather radar screens. We obviously went into the garage. It was so cool to see. Pit lane was super narrow, tire blankets, the tire room, there were fuel suits and headsets, and the garage decked out for their 60th. So it was just so cool to see, and also just very interesting to see the hospitality. It was very businesslike and serious, and the drivers had focus rooms and they get their focus time scheduled. So cool to see the behind the scenes. able to hear all the incredible sounds in the garage. Just truly a cool experience to see it in action, all the engineers and mechanics prepping for the sprint. We recorded a reaction video. Unfortunately, it was recorded in slow-mo, so there is no sound. But essentially what we're saying, we were just in the paddock. It was unbelievable. We're so excited to talk about it on the podcast. We saw Lando, Oscar, the whole team getting ready. We saw lots of people walking up and down the grid. We saw Susie Wolf. We saw Alonso, who looked very happy. McLaren gave us these amazing signed hats, which was awesome. And then I think we're talking about the McLaren engineering meeting we got to peek into, which was just the coolest thing ever and so exciting. It was the best birthday ever for me, and it was just a coincidence that it was on my birthday, but what an amazing, amazing time.
Like Austria.
It's so fun so far. This was one of the highlights of our trip. It was so fun to meet with the Graz city officials. We had some Radler, which is our new favorite drink, and we just hung out with them, got to learn more about their backgrounds, their time living in Graz, and then of course we had an amazing birthday celebration for Tiggy in the city of Graz, and it was all fun and games.
Sunday race day. What an incredible day this was. The weather was beautiful. The vibes were just electric. Everybody was so happy to be there, including us. We got to listen to some Austrian music. We got to run into some listeners, including Estella here. We then got to interview some female fans at the track about their experience as an F1 fan. There was a carbon net zero sustainable fuel display, which I was so excited to see. We talk about that a lot, as you know, if you listen to our podcast.
So we had a really long drive home after the Grand Prix and a pretty late night getting to Vienna, but we woke up in the morning super excited to take on the day and explore the gorgeous city. We went to one of the famous cafes and had a lovely breakfast, and then just kind of strolled around. You can see the architecture in the city is just so beautiful, lots of incredible history. We hit up some museums, had an amazing lunch, just generally walked around and just were soaking in the incredible weekend that we had and just taking it all in and having the best time. It was really great.
We also went to the Leopold Museum, which contains one of the largest collections of modern Austrian art with artists like Gustav Klimt and Egon Schiele. And of course, we had to stop in AlphaTauri because why not? And then, of course, we had to record our Austria Grand Prix recap, which you can see was definitely makeshift. We had a shower cast going on by Chessa. We had Sarah in the hallway and me on the bed, but we made it work.